Welcome back. I'm feeling nostalgic today, so I'm going to share with you my story of how my favourite creative piece to date came to be. This time last year, I was in Manchester, England, with my brother, Jamie. He is also a videographer. I had just flown back from Bali and hadn't seen him for a year. He picked me up from London. It was 3 degrees, much colder than the 30 degrees I had acclimatized to. As we drove the 5-hour trip up to Manchester, I heard my first Christmas song of the year on the radio. After almost 48 hours of continuous travel, I was exhausted. As soon as I recovered, we talked about doing something creative together and decided to make a time-lapse of the city with long exposure photography. We went out to scout Manchester and find a location that suited our idea. As we scouted and chatted about our idea, it became more ambitious. The new goal was to make a looping time-lapse, where we stood still as the city rushed by us, trailing and ghosting with motion blur. The location we found was St. Peter's Square. We had taken some photos here and loved the consistency and repetitive nature of the trams. The next day we got up at 5 AM and headed out before the sun rose. This was key to making sure that we got the lights on the trams, but we weren't overwhelmed with an incredibly packed station like it is in the evenings when everyone's trying to rush to get home. Along the way, we filmed anything that sparked our imagination. Manchester has many beautiful scenes, and all the Christmas lights were up, so that gave us something to play with whilst the city was sleeping.
You ready?
Yeah. What am I doing? Just looking around.
Do your best B-roll face. Yeah. Go on.
No, so can you give me a tempo that's like
As dawn approached, we headed over to St. Peter's Square. We set up the tripod and the camera. It was a Sony a6300 and a Sigma 1.4 30mm lens. We let the time-lapse run for over half an hour. This would help us to create our seamless loop later on in the edit. Making sure not to move the camera, we changed the settings over into a normal shutter speed and went ahead and took as many poses as we could think of at the time, enabling us as much room in the edit as we could to choose the best photo. I'm just starting on YouTube, so every subscription, like and share mean an awful lot to me and make a huge difference to this channel. I appreciate them so much. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments so that I can improve for you. We both edited our own pieces. My edit had to reflect the energy I was feeling at the time. It was the feeling of focus as the world spun around me. The design of this was so important to me. The style and the sounds were chosen very carefully and intentionally. I wanted to create a moment of my life locked in time. Thank you for your time. See you soon.